The last one is the one with this conference is all about, and that's no code. And Catherine and everybody else from this wonderful company called Creato has stolen my thunder because they've told you all about it. But I'll just take my angle on it. It's not going to be terribly different. So, they talk about no-code days and freedom to create. And I've had lunch with several of you, coffee, and, I like to talk to people, and I've heard some people say, but, I don't really understand this. No code? Really? Like no code? Or is it low code? Or is this here today? Or is this coming tomorrow? And so it's normal. It's okay. That's perfectly fine. I have the same questions. But I must tell you, I looked at some of the demos in the lab in this yesterday. I did the one with onboarding. I don't know if any of you are in the room there, but that was very impressive. In a matter of, I think, less than an hour, I had a blank piece of paper using no code, and there was a form that brought up somebody, onboarded somebody very effectively, tied into the data structure, gave reporting on it, had some pretty colors, and looked nice in an hour. Now, for me, here are some of the big benefits. App development extends beyond the IT department. And we all, we've all worked with IT departments. Many of you may be in the IT department. I have lots of respect for IT folks. But they don't always get the business side. And for sure, the business side does not always get the IT side. So by extending the apps outside of IT and forcing business and IT to work together, you start to get magic. And what happens is by forming these teams, the technologies, the processes, they become consolidated, you begin to have better understanding, you begin to connect more effectively, and you can be governed across the systems and the business process in a way that makes sense. But the biggie for me is workflow automation is done without coding. So I have to tell you a funny story. I was out in Eugene, Oregon last week. And I was with one of my customers, which is a wonderful customer. They make about 1 out of every 4 blueberries that you eat, blueberries, the fruit. They make the bushes that create those. They're called Fall Creek Farm and Nursery. You eat the Driscoll's berries, most likely, or one of the ones in your local, but they made them for Driscoll. So they have a new CIO. He's a nice fella, Nathan, new to the company, new to this business. And he said to me something astounding. He said, the company's processes are pretty screwed up. There's some room for improvement. And I expect to spend much of 2024 cleaning up those processes. 1 year devoted to process enhancement. So I have to tell my friends Andy, who's the VP of sales here for the Americas, we probably had to sit down with Nathan and tell him that Creato, it's not going to take you a year to do those processes. It'll probably take you a month. But that's the power, if you will, of no code. And the fact is the apps do get rolled out in hours, days, weeks, not months and years. So you've been privy to all of the capabilities. I'm not going to go over them, kind of what the Creato 8 Atlas and Studio and all the things are capable of doing. But what I always focus on is not the technology, it's the application. So what can you build today that you couldn't build easily yesterday as a result of no code? I focus on a few of them. This automated digital workflow. Behind every successful company, and I've worked with so many of them, are tight, well-structured, followed processes. Nike would be one of the best companies I've had the pleasure of working with. They're a fun company, but you better follow the process, and they're very serious about them. So, we can joke about taking things to the next level, or just make it happen, or just do it, as they call it. But you do it within the parameters of the process. And so automating digital workflows and creating processes quickly is critical. And the ability, to, if you will, to then integrate that with the enterprise data management platform so you can better engage your customers more quickly, more effectively, very, very powerful. And now the ability with no code to bring in some of the AI and ML capabilities with business intelligence on the analytics side, very powerful.